Welcome to the yoga practice video. For the purposes of this video, we will be holding the postures for about 3 minutes each. It is not necessary to watch the video once you are in the pose. Just let my words guide you. The first pose is called butterfly. Let's bring our feet together in butterfly pose, while extending the heels forward away from the pelvis to stretch the lower spine more. You can sit with your hips a little higher than your feet, up on a blanket or a cushion, particularly if you have tight hips. Inhaling deeply, and as you exhale, let your spine round forward and your head release down. Continue breathing here. Breathe into all the areas where you feel the sensation the strongest. While in the pose, we will focus on 3 parts of the breath. First, the length. Breathe for 5 or 6 seconds on the in-breath. The longer we take to breathe, the more calm the nervous system becomes, and the longer we can sit in the posture. Second, the depth. The breath has a long, deep tone to it. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, say the word ha. Notice how the body softens. Third, we will be directing the breath, attending to where the breath is going on the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, bring the breath down into the belly, and as you exhale, let the breath float up and out. So inhale, bring the breath down into the belly for 5 or 6 seconds. And exhale, let the breath float out and up. We will inhale now and come up slowly, rolling up your spine 1 vertebrae at a time, having your head come up last. Stretch out your legs in front of you on the exhale. The next pose we will come into is called Sphinx Pose. This is a gentle back bend to improve flexibility in the lower back. We will hold this pose for 3 minutes. Come to rest on your stomach. You can have your elbows bent on the ground with your hands out in front of you, fingers spread wide. Or you can cross your arms in front of you. Your legs are hip distance apart. This pose works to reestablish the natural curve in the spine that we lose through sitting and driving and forward bending. We want the back muscles to remain relaxed to soften the lower back. Inhaling deeply, sweep your breath all the way down your spine, into your lower back. Feeling your back inflate with breath on the inhale, and then descend towards the mat on the exhale. Keep attention on the sensations in the lower spine. We use the stillness in each pose like a mini meditation period. Pay attention to how the breath is flowing. If the breath feels shaky, we have pushed too much, so we need to ease back out of the pose. The tendency in Yin Yoga is wanting to do more in the pose, but the goal is to relax in the pose, not forcing the posture, just releasing into it, both in the mind and in the body. Especially in the morning, if the body is not warmed up yet. We want to move with ease. Inhaling, sweep the breath all the way down the spine, saturating the lower spine with breath. Keep continual awareness and attention on the areas where you feel the sensation strongest, and sweep your breath into those areas. This allows the muscles to relax. To come out of the pose, bend the elbows out to the side and bring your head down, turning it to the side to rest onto your hands for a few breaths. Keeping continual awareness on the sensation in your lower spine. Turn your head to the other side to give your neck a gentle stretch on both sides. Bring your head back to center, and with your hands underneath you, inhale slowly, coming to sit onto your heels. We will now come into a wide knee child's pose. We will hold this pose for 3 minutes. Bring your hands forward for a minute to bring the knees wide into a wide knee child's pose, with the tips of your big toes touching as you come to sit onto your heels. Inhale, and then as you exhale, extend your arms out in front of you, relaxing your arms. Let your forehead rest onto the mat. Allow your arms to become soft. This pose stimulates the tissues of the inner thighs and groin. It is also good for tight hips. Inhale and sweep the breath all the way down the spine and into the outer hips, relaxing the muscles there. Notice what you are feeling in the posture. Does the breath become fast or slow? Deep or shallow? Where do you feel the breath most in the body? As the body and breath settle, we then look at quieting the mind, paying careful attention to what is happening. Is the mind active or dull? If it's active, is it pulling you away from the breath and the body? Just notice what is happening in this moment. Allow the thoughts to drift out of your awareness and gently come back to your breath. To come out of the pose, inhale and walk your hands back towards your body as you roll up your spine one vertebrae at a time, having your head come up last. Inhaling, bring your knees back together, coming to sit onto your heels.